Hello all, welcome to the next topic of Amazon Web Services Cloud Architect. In previous video, you have seen the AWS environment. I hope you had a little clear picture now. Now in this session, we will see Amazon Web Services, global infrastructure and data centers and what is the pricing of Amazon Web Services. Let us see. So you just in Google you type global infrastructure of AWS or AWS global infrastructure. You can see this page. In this page you can see the various regions where this AWS has its data centers. So AWS having their services from various regions throughout the globe. So if you can see and 24 regions are there so far with some availability zones. Availability zone it is referred as AZ. So each region has number of data centers. Let's see those regions first. Then after that we will move on to the data centers. What is data center and all? Let us see later. If you see this is the global infrastructure diagram of Amazon Web Services. Why we need to know about this global infrastructure is every time when we are going to launch any virtual instance or EC2 machine, so we have to choose in which location that we want to have our virtual machine server. So not all the locations offering all the services. The services are varies from the zone to zone or data center to data center. So these are the various data centers available in throughout the globe. If you see India, there are three availability zones which are in a Mumbai. In Mumbai, there are three available availability zone three is nothing but there are three data centers are there. So those are located in Mumbai in India. They were launched in 2016. Like this, if you see this North California, there are three availability zones, and here in US West, three availability zones. Oregon, again, a few more availability zones are there. Four availability zones are there. Okay, you can see here. Now they are planning to set up few more availability zones, which is indicated in this orange circle. So they are going to establish their data center at Spain. In Jakarta, they are going to. So while we are setting up any virtual machine, we have to choose the from in which region that we want to have our virtual machine. So because of this, what will happen is generally we need to select an availability zone which is closer to us, so that the services, that is network traffic, may go earlier to that availability zone. The time will be less compared to other. Okay, of course that won't be not much difference, but comparatively when we choose an availability zone which is far to you, so data transfer may get delayed. Okay, of course that is not true. Still better to choose an availability zone which is closer to us. The pricing also get changed availability zone wise. Okay, the price which is closer to you may charge little more than compared to others. It is depend, it is completely varies zone to zone. So this is what the global infrastructure of the Amazon Web Services. Okay, so whenever any update has come, so in the use, that is in the western region of this northern California, sorry, Virginia, it will be get updated whenever any AWS patch is updated. So first they will update it in this Virginia region. Let me check. See in this location. So here they are having the six availability zones in North Virginia, and everywhere they're having one or two, three, but in the North Virginia they're having the highest number of availability zone. What exactly this availability zone is? See, assume this is a region, okay, and every region is having a name associated with that. If you see the name of this region, it is US East, so it will be uh, indicated like US East hyphen go cloud -1, like this. Each availability zone is, it will be indicated with this US minus east minus go cloud -1, means that is one data center. For second data center again US minus east go cloud -2, like this. Each data center is identified. So it is very important to remember in which data center your virtual machine or EC2 instance is created. And then what is the exact data center means? See, so in one second. So the data center means, assume this is this is a region. In the region, every region is identified with a name. For this moment here, it is identified as US, say West, North Virginia, something like this. Okay, and in this you will have a data center. Okay, in North Virginia there are 6 data centers are there. So this is one data center, this is another data center. Okay, and this will be named as like this. How it will be named is, it will be named as, it will be named like US West Virginia 1A, means data center 1, data center 2, data center 3. So in this data center what you will do is you will deploy your virtual machines. So every data center will have their own virtual, you will deploy your virtual machines in this, like this. Number of users, those who want to use the Amazon Web Services, they will launch their instances or servers in this data centers. Now within the data centers all systems will communicate each other, and within this every machine can be communicated each other. Of course we can restrict the connection among them, that we will see in the virtual private cloud section. So let me log into, let me log into my Amazon Web Service account and let us see how it will be. See, when you log in here, top right corner you can see here, see, this is one availability zone, US East 1. So in this Virginia, now right now one availability zone is there. See, in this US East, at this uh, geographical location, one data center is available, US East 2. So like this. So now when now here in this origin, one more available center is available. In Asia we have these many data centers are there. See, in Mumbai one available center, that is AP South. AP means Asia Pacific, South is nothing but Mumbai one. So now it is very important in which location that you are setting up your virtual machine. So if you set up your virtual machine in this Virginia, and if you want to, if you search in this OHIA, you will that installed or created virtual machines will not be listed. So while selecting, you have to very careful in which location that you are setting up your virtual machines. Now let us see how the pricing will be. So AWS charges pay per use basis. Based on the usages, actually you will get the bill. So the all the details are properly reported or are properly prepared. uh, every month, actually in the every month by third or fourth, I guess bill due will be. So within that day you have to pay your bill. If not, they will wait few more days, maybe 1 week. After that, they will send you a notification. Still, if you fail to pay the bill, they will your account will be get deactivated. Again, you cannot use the same credit card or debit card details further. Okay, now let us see how the pricing of this Amazon would be. Let us see that. Okay, now if you go to this location, you will see the pricing of Amazon Web Service. So let us start with these virtual servers, how they are going to charge for this virtual servers. So there will be a one free tier which includes 750 hours of Linux and Windows. What is the machine that they are going to give is this T2 micro instance. And let so within this 75 hours 750 hours you can use it. So why we need to know about this pricing is because all these services are not free. You can see here 12 months free is there. Okay, if let me go for this computing service, it is free. Okay, and this is 1 month free. If you go for this Amazon lifestyle, okay, and if you go for this Amazon S3, 5 GB data is free for you. Next, if you go for this Amazon RDS, that is remote desktop, 750 hours, it is free, but you have to set up your database on this machine T2 micro. Maybe there might be only one CPU with 1 GB RAM, and machine learning services also 250 hours freely you can use that. You can use it over this T2 medium notebook. And Dynamo 250 GB data, it is free, that is database size would be 250 sorry 25 GB, and like this the prices would be. If you see this site, that is EC2 pricing on demand. So let us see how the pricing will be, that is based on selected EC2 type. See here, if you want to have Linux in this region, that is US East Ohio, and if you want to choose this type of EC2, that is for general purpose, that is current generation, for one CPU and 2 GB RAM, 0.0255 per dollar will be charged. Next, if you go with this type of EC2, that is A1.large, there will be a 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM. Here it will be charged 0.051 per hour. Like this, the price will be varies. If you select another region, if you want to have your EC2 in this North Virginia, it will be changed. Of course, little changed it will be. Okay, let us see the North Virginia. This type it is 0.0255. Let us go to Asia Pacific Mumbai. Actually, that is see now it is medium 2.55. Almost it is same in North Virginia and US and Mumbai. This list is same. Okay, and how the data transfer would be. So in the data transfer also they will charge, see, up to 1 GB per month, that is data transfer out from Amazon EC to the EC2 to the internet, from their location to the outside location. Up to 1 GB it is free, but next 10 TB per month they are going to charge this much. So these charges also varies depending on the location to the location. And let's see, there are various types are there. See, one more is there, T3 type nano. There will be 2 CPU, 0.5 GB memory, and they are going to charge this 0.0073. T3 nano 2 CPU, they are going to charge 0.0073, where here in Asia Pacific. Okay, if you go with this link Windows, see, now it is varies 0.0119, where it is 0.0073, because Windows is not a free. So in this T3 Nano, they are going to charge for this Windows operating system license also. Whereas Linux operating system is free, that's why this charge is less. And if you want to have an IP address, again the IP address also chargeable. See, the for in Asia Pacific, it is 0.005 per elastic IP address if it is associated with a running instance. Like this, it will be charged. And there are different types of instances are there, like a T3 instance, M instance. Okay, based on the computing what you required, you have to choose the type of the EC2. For general purpose, you can use this T3 machines. You can use this T3 type of EC2 for general purpose computation. See, as the number of CPUs and the amount of memory is increases, the pricing is also get increased. One more is there, M5 mode, that is memory based, memory optimized servers. These are M5 means. And now this is computing optimized. If you want to perform better, but memory is not an important, only if you want to have a processing uh, speed, then you can go with this computing optimized EC2. Here also charges varies depending on the number of CPUs, the amount of RAM, the amount of hard disk that you are giving. Like this, see, the GPU instances are there. See, there will be 4 CPUs and 16 GB. With this 125 GB NVIDIA, uh, the card will be there for this 0.81 per hour. Like this, generally for processing the videos or graphics, we will choose this GPU instance. So in real time, for 1 or 2 days or 1 month or 2 months, we we cannot hire or we cannot purchase this much configuration machine, that is 64 CPUs with 256 GB RAM. Okay, so what we will do, for our need, maybe for 1 or 2 days or 1 week or 2 weeks, we will purchase, we will hire this type of machine and we will pay for them. So recently, the graphics oriented movies like a Bahubali has released. So what they did, they have not purchased their machine. What they did, they have hired these kind of cloud services, and they have completed their work on those cloud service, and they have released their product. After completion of their product, they will, what they will do, they will remove their instance. So like this, depending on the need, depending on the requirement, we have to choose the type of the EC2. So while choosing the type of the EC2, we have to take care of this pricing also. And every time we need not to switch on, or every time 24 by 7 we need not to turn on the machine. Whenever we require, only during those hours we have to switch on the machine, and remaining time we can switch off it, so that we can reduce our pricing. These are the memory optimized machines. So like this, depending on the service what you are choosing, the prices will be applicable. So this is what about today's session, and tomorrow session we will see how to create elastic cloud computing and how to create a virtual machine. In tomorrow session we will see.